Last year, it was about July, I had a few weird headaches. So I went to the doctors just wanting to get blood work because I thought probably just need some blood work, see what's going on, if there's anything. Of course, the first thing they wanted to give me was stuff for migraines and everything. But with that, they wanted to also check, because I already had cancer once, they wanted to send me for a CT scan, which I was not expecting. And so they sent me for a CT scan with that coming back as they found nodules on my thyroid. So they wanted to send me for an ultrasound, and they told me that it was a fairly large one, and they were going to send me to a specialist. So they sent me to a specialist. She sent me for a biopsy, and it came back suspicious. In the meantime, when I had the biopsy, the radiologist picked up that there was a nodule on the left side also. So they sent me for another CT scan and picked up that that one was also a decently sized one. So both were biopsied. Right side was considered suspicious, left side benign. The doctor wanted to remove the right side of my thyroid only. With that being said, I kind of questioned at first, why wouldn't you remove the whole thing with one on the left side that possibly could get larger or whatever. I was questioning the fact that I've already been cut so close to have another surgery in that area. Is there going to be adhesions, and then you're going to possibly want to go back in to remove the other side? I said, I feel like that's just a whole lot of surgery to have when, if we can avoid possibly having two and just doing the one, why wouldn't we do that? So I said, well, I need to know if the left side is growing or if there's reason to remove the whole thing at once, because I'm not going to have one surgery and then come back and you're going to tell me, oh, we have to go back in anyways. She said she was willing to wait to do another ultrasound within 6 months to see if anything changed. They also started putting the fear that it may not even be thyroid cancer, it could be cancer from the first cancer slipping over. So they were giving me even more scenarios of it being a complicated case, is basically what they called it. Also, I might throw in there, my dad passed away from cancer at 43. So the risk factors of everything already in there, it didn't really seem like a positive ending per se, but and they really just wanted it out because it was suspicious, and being already having cancer once, they just really wanted to get it out. My mom is always on to new things, if I can say it like that. It's kind of, if she heard me, a joke in between us kids that, oh, mom's on to something new. So she had started the stem cells activators on, I don't even remember how she heard it on the radio, I'm assuming, I think was what she said. And she ordered the first batch of, I believe it was the thyroid one for sure I was on. She was doing the ordering, I was just letting her do the ordering and whatever. But I remember asking her, can you find out if my whole thyroid is removed, is the thyroid stem cell activator something that I could still take that would help naturally? So when she put in the next order, she obviously questioned that for me, which then they explained that there's the ONC and for the cancer one, and to get on that because I had a few months before the next ultrasound to take that and see if that helped. In May was my appointment to basically at least book the one surgery. That was what they had told me in booking the surgery. It's whether or not it's the right side only or the whole thing. That's what it's going to tell us. That's what this appointment was going to tell us. I went to the doctor and she looked at me and she's like, well, looking at the notes and the comparisons to all the tests you had, absolutely nothing has changed from your first scan you had, and that tells me if it was cancer, it would have changed by now, and nothing has changed. She's like, so I'm not doing any surgery because to me it's not cancer. Cancer grows, and cancer would have grown by now. I kind of stared at her and I said, what do you mean you're not? And she's like, we're not doing the surgery. And she's like, unless you want to do the surgery. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do the surgery. See you. I'm like, I'm okay. So I called my mom and I said, they don't want to do the surgery. And she goes, did the activators work? And I said, oh, I didn't even think of that, but maybe they did. I'm like, they must have. I didn't really do any research till actually after I went to the doctors this past time and she said she's not doing the surgery. That was when I actually kind of started researching the stem cell activators. When I looked at even some of the other testimonials on the website, I was amazed that they do actually help people. That must have helped me.